Hey guys, this is DJ M&M from the Candy Palette on WUSC. Last month, Thomas Reynolds dropped his new single, Dark Side of Our Star. I recently caught up with Thomas to chat about the song, his musical roots, being an artist in the digital age, and a whole lot more. Give us a listen, be sure to check out Dark Side of Our Star anywhere you get your music, and I'll see you on the Candy Palette every Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. on your favorite college radio station, WUSC.
Okay, so our first question is going to be about what first got you into music.
The first thing that got me into music, really my family is very musically inclined, so I'm sure I get that from them. But as a kid growing up, I would see different artists performing on stage, on TV, and it would inspire me to go over and pick up an out-of-tune ukulele or the piano or something and pick out a song and write something from that. And that's my earliest memories of getting into it with music.
Oh, cool. And who were those, biggest musicians who, inspired you?
As a kid, I didn't really connect with a lot of pop music at the time, I liked a lot of the older stuff. It started with classic rock, of course, and then it got into blues and older things like that, but I liked a lot of the singer-songwriters, the people that weren't just singing other people's stuff, but they were the ones that were humming something and came up with an idea, and then they recorded that. So the Beatles, and from that, Paul McCartney in particular, Buddy Holly, going back to the 50s, to Bob Dylan, and just a lot of people that performed songs that they themselves wrote. There's a lesser known one. He's becoming more known now because of ties with a modern pop artist, but Labi Siffre. It's mainly a lot of. He's in some rap songs, sample some of his work. But a lot of singer-songwriters inspired me.
Definitely. And so what is really your creative process like? I know your song that you sent to me, Dark Side of Our Star, it was just really interesting to listen to, so I really wanted to know, what was your creative process behind that song and other songs, if you've written any other ones?
Well, with most, almost all, but I'm changing it up how I write. Most songs I start with the melody first, and so with this current song as an example, I didn't really have any lyrics, but I had, the bare bones of the song kind of out there, and then I just went over it with a keyboard and just played as if someone was singing something, and then I wrote the lyrics based on that. And that's kind of how I write mainly, is melody first, and then I come up with lyrics.
Okay. And are you creative in any other disciplines? Like you said, you went over it with a piano, so I was just curious if there was any other creativity you had. Yeah,
a lot of musical instruments for sure, but I was, as a kid, my younger brother and I would kind of goof off with a video camera and make little stories and do voices and things like that. And it was mainly improvised, so that for sure helped my performing ability and being able to do spontaneous things. Murphy's Law, something goes wrong, you have to be able to go with it.
Mhm. Okay, and yeah, definitely, especially as an artist, you see different people have different types of creativity, normally and so what is your biggest musical challenge, especially during this time of COVID and the internet, or just any other type of thing?
Well, the internet now is a great thing compared to being an artist before, for sure, where you had to have a manager, you had to know people to go out there, but in order for people to hear your music, now anyone can do it, which I think is great, and you can link it all together. But COVID, I haven't really been able to perform live in months, except for some things that I was able to find, and that was all, it was a very different type of experience with distancing and masks and everything. But so it's a different environment, but I was able to right now switch my focus from live performances to recording or to editing certain other songs and working on things like that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, definitely. And do you think you're enjoying being the recording and being on that side rather than like the live side?
It's different. That's for
yeah.
sure. I do enjoy doing it, but I had to switch my main focus into performing things live. And it's funny because now I was trying to work on that, and now it's like, no, you have to work on this side now. So, you have to play ball, I guess. Whatever they throw at you, you have to be able to try and get a hit.
Oh, definitely. So, you told me that you moved to Nashville, I believe. So what kind of inspired your move to Nashville, if that made sense?
Making it as an artist. It's strange to have people will say that you're very lucky. You knew the right people, or you found the right people to perform with or work on your stuff with, and that's way more likely if you make it more likely yourself by moving to a place like Nashville where you're surrounded, and you kind of have to elevate your own game, hang out with these other musicians that are, it's just there's a lot more variety in a massive city like Nashville where everyone's trying to do it with music. So you just kind of have to work on it and hang out with people that are better at it than you are.
Got it. So you would definitely say it's like helped you, because you said from Columbia, right?
Yep. I was hanging around with musicians in Columbia and in Lexington, and they're a great crowd. They're very supportive for everyone else there. So I'm still going to come by and play with them again because they're just a lot of fun. They're very supportive, and I was nervous about coming out there first, and they were nice to me, and then we helped other new people who were trying to get into performing. It's just a very loving group of people around there. So in Columbia and around Lexington.
So I'm gonna jump back to your song just for a little second. From the Dark Side of Our Star, you said you started off with the melody. I just kind of wanted to know like where you got that melody from, if that made sense, because you say you started with the melody and then the music and then the lyrics. So what was kind of the process and producing it and just the whole backstory behind it, if that makes sense?
Okay, well, I did have the bare bones of the song first that came out of that. The funny thing about this song is I was working on another song at the same time. I thought that was going to be my main focus, but this one ended up being so much fun. I just kept putting more effort into this one. I had this basic, chord changes and things like that. And then I came up with a melody. I just was listening to it, just going da 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 da, over the song. And then after I recorded that, I was like, I like that. And then I came up with the lyrics to that. And that's how I in terms of lyrics, though, what I wanted it to be about was it is kind of more dark sounding. Yeah. And I noticed that all these, most pop songs out there are about partying and spending money and drinking and things like that. And so I wanted to be the other guy that's in the room that's that's surrounded by people that were just trying to party all the time, Yeah, if you're not as into it as they are, but everyone's. So that's kind of what this song is about.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting take from something that you're in, like especially with everything going about party. I have, whenever I was like listening to it, I definitely got like Jack Stauber vibes. I don't know if you know him. I was listening to it and I was like, okay, Jack Stauber, got it. That's the vibe. And I ended up playing it on one of my shows, and everybody was like, woo. It was very good for like Halloween, especially like for the Halloween show. So I'm trying to like play it.
Why say that?
Yes. So back to my interview. Sorry, I was just like, let me talk. So you saying you were working on other songs, like when you were creating this one. Do you have any other plans, like relating to this release? Like, are you releasing on like SoundCloud or like Apple Music or any kind of thing? Like, where could our audience as WUSC-FM like find your song, if that makes sense?
Okay, well, I did plan on. I am working on a lyric video right now. I was gonna do a written thing, like a cool different little effect, kind of like a music video, but just with the lyrics mainly, and then possibly a music video that would be on my YouTube, which is Tom Music. It's just THO Music, like as one word, and so I was gonna put that on there. But also, all my stuff is linked onto my Facebook account mainly. If you just go on Facebook and search Thomas Reynolds under Pages, mine's the one with the R-star profile picture, and I have links to Spotify, Pandora, Instagram, and all that good stuff. But my songs are on all the major music outlets, really: Amazon Music, iTunes, Deezer. So, but you can find most of that on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Under Thomas.
Curious. Under Thomas Reynolds. Got it.
Yes.
And that's really good, especially for our audience, because a lot of streaming platforms are how artists reach other artists.
Right.
And at the end of the day, what do you hope people take away from your music? Like, what do you want them to like feel, if that makes sense? Or what do you want them to like go out and do? Or because I know some artists have like goals of what they want their songs to achieve, if that makes sense.
Well, I think it's more about it's a lot about connecting with people through your songs. You know, people can relate to them, but mainly like on the larger scale of things, I just want people to know that you can make a living, like both like starting out as a side hustle, and then going on from there. Just you can make a living having fun and expressing yourself. I'm slowly but surely I'm getting there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great thing to share, that you can do both. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other, especially in today's world. And just my last little question for interview. Do you have anything that you want to say to the listeners of WUSC-FM? Because it is going to be going on our blog, and we do have a good subscriber count to our blog. So I just didn't know if there was anything that you wanted to say to our listeners.
Well, to the listeners, first off, thank you for listening, and I hope they keep listening to their local stations and to keep supporting their local artists. If anyone, like I said earlier, if anyone's thinking of joining a local group of musicians, do it, because they're really nice. Like if you're thinking about going out and playing an open mic or starting to get into it, you should do it. You know, start now. They're a very nice group of people. I don't know about the ultra professional side, like competing with Taylor Swift or Kanye West or something. I don't know about that. That they might be nice too, but I know on the local side of things, the groups are really nice and supportive there. So if you want to get started doing that, couldn't be with a better group of people.